Aldi. I'm going to Aldi. Hey budget girls and guys, I've had a very long but very fun day. A coworker and I went to Fort Smith and we went to Aldi and we went to TJ Maxx and we went to an Asian market and we had sushi because there is no place in Mena that sells sushi and I miss it. And we just had a big old day. Now Fort Smith is an hour and a half away, and Aldi is an hour and a half away, so this is not something that I can do every week. That's just not feasible. But I was able to do my grocery shopping while I was there, and I had a lot of fun at Aldi. It was packed. Like, her husband wanted to leave because there were so many people there. I just like roller derbied it up and, fought my way through. I was more focused on the deals and the massive amount of people that were in there. So let me show you what I got at the Oriental Market and Aldi. My total was $51.50. $1.50 of which is going to come from my Christmas budget because I bought pretzels for chocolate treats. This is what I got at Aldi's. I'm very excited. I spent right about $30 there. I got cornflakes for $1.50, cumin for $1. I needed some cumin. This corn muffin mix for 47 cents. This really delicious looking artisanal pasta. It's egg tagliatelle, and I'm gonna make some Parmesan oil pasta with it, with some vegetables. I think it's gonna be really good. This week, that was $2. Black beans were 59 cents each, so I stocked up on 4 of them. I also bought a bag of potatoes, which is, there, for $3. I got asparagus for 69 cents for that whole bundle. Carrots, 69 cents. String cheese, $2.79. Apples, $2.69. They also they had Honeycrisp, but they didn't look as good. So I got these pork chops for $4.10, and that's a pound, just over a pound of pork chops. I also got this cheese. It's just shredded cheese for $3.29, and I'm gonna freeze that. I'm not actually gonna use that this week. Oats for overnight oats for $2.39. These pretzels to make little chocolate treats with for Christmas were $1.50. I like the shape. I don't think it's gonna pick up as much chocolate, and it's gonna be good. These caramel rice things for $2. And I think that's it. So that is what I got at Aldi. At the Oriental grocery store, I picked up some noodles, some rice noodles, and some pad thai sauce. I'm gonna try to make my own pad thai. I've got bean sprouts, a little chow mein kind of ramen pack. These 2 things of candy. It's actually coffee candy. It's really good. Some wonton soup mix, some rice vermicelli, a little bit of rice vinegar, and some chili powder, which at $2.50 is a pretty good deal. And I also got this little pot. We went to kind of a town yard sale type thing in this other editor's town that she covers for her paper, and that's the only thing I bought. She got a bunch of stuff, but I got that for $1, so that's cute. Let me show you what I'm gonna do for my meal plan. Alright, I'm gonna do overnight oats for breakfast and green apples. For lunch, I'm gonna do pork chops with asparagus and roasted potatoes. And for my dinners, I'm gonna have pad thai, 2 nights, Parmesan pasta. I have a little bit of chicken and dumpling base left from last week. I'm going to make dumplings again, basically with the chicken broth that I made. And then one night will be tomato soup or cereal or something like that. So not a hugely complicated week, but I am very excited to use some of these Asian market foods. A little bit of culture straight out in the middle of Arkansas. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. girls and guys, I have just finished prepping my breakfast and lunches for the week. Let me show you what I got. You know, I think this may be one of my favorite lunch combinations yet. I did ranch crusted pork chops, lemon Dijon mustard glazed asparagus, and French onion rice. So I've got a lot of flavors going on, but I think they all lend themselves really well to each other. The ranch on the pork chops is especially light, and it's just extremely good. I ate 7 pork chops came in the bag, and I ate 2 of them for dinner. So, I mean, they're kind of small, but they're really, really good and nice and tender, and they just kind of fall apart in your mouth. The asparagus is also good. It was on sale at Aldi for 69 cents. So it took me a couple hours to cook all this. Now, I was going to make overnight oats for breakfast, but I forgot the yogurt. So I didn't do that. Instead, I used this bag of mixed berries I had in the freezer and some milk and a little bit of stevia, and I made myself smoothies for tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I may go pick up some yogurt, or I may figure out something else to eat for breakfast. But these smoothies are really, really good. I had one with my supper, and it's just super good. So, and I didn't add any ice to them, so they're going to be fine in the fridge for tomorrow. It's just a real nice smoothie. So I boiled some eggs, and I also got some string cheese at Aldi. So I know what you want to see. Let's break down. Alright, and I wrote it out real pretty for you guys. The asparagus was 69 cents. Pork chops were $4.11. Used about 25 cents of rice, 2.5 cups. 10 cents for the French onion soup mix. 50 cents for a can of creamy mushroom that also went with the soup. And then about 15 cents for the spices and the butter I used. Made a total of $5.79, or $1.16 per this delicious meal, which I think is going to become one of my favorite lunches. And that rivals the lasagna. And the lasagna was good. Alright, for breakfast, $1 for the berries, 70 cents for the milk, 5 cents for the stevia, 58 cents each. I think that's going to be a delicious breakfast. And then my sides, the green apples I got at Aldi were broke down to 36 cents each. It was, there were 10 in the bag. So it was $3.60. And then I got the eggs at the Dollar Tree for $1, so 20 cents each per egg. And then, the string cheese came out to 27 cents each. So that's 83 cents a day for snacks and sides. And I usually don't eat those at the same time as I eat lunch. I kind of eat them mid-morning and then mid-afternoon when I get a little hungry. So that'll be good. Total cost for breakfast and lunch per day is $2.57. Booyah! And that was 58 cents for breakfast and $1.99 for lunch and the snacks, breaking down to $1.28 per meal. So $2.57 for the day for this delicious food. I really wish you could smell this because I'm so excited. I'm really excited. I'm tempted to eat one of those now. And see, they're all prepped and ready to just grab for lunch this week. Tell me what you're eating and which of these you want to try. You want to try the pork chops, the asparagus, or the rice. I can always link recipes down below. Well, there wasn't really a recipe for the pork chops. I just put some ranch and some chili powder and some salt and pepper on it. The asparagus, I made a little mix with some Dijon mustard, some lemon, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic, and then just swooshed it around and covered the asparagus with it. And then the Maria's rice, that's an all recipes recipe I got a while back, and I've altered it a little since then. It was 2.5 cups of rice, 1 can of cream and mushroom soup, which I then filled twice with water over again, so 21 ounces of water, and just 1 little packet of French onion soup mix. And you put it in the oven, covered. Well, here's a little thing. Put it in the oven covered for half an hour, and then you uncover it and cook it for another half hour. So, and it's really good. I mean, well, it does that to your pan, but so you lose a little bit of the rice. But if you use this like I do, you're home free. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.